Hey everyone, welcome to this week's theory lesson. As you can see, I am on the website musictheory.net, and this is a website that you can go to practice this skill that we're going to learn today, or anything else that has to do with music theory. We're going to learn today how to build a major scale, and what you see on the screen, you'll see a staff and you'll see a piano keyboard, and we kind of need both of those to be able to figure out how to do this. First of all, a scale is a selection of certain notes within an octave. The first scale that we'll discuss is the major scale. The major scale is constructed with this formula. W's right here represent whole steps, and H's represent half steps. On the piano keyboard, from this key right here to this key right here is a half step. From this key right here to this key right here is 2 half steps, which equals a whole step. And so here's 1 half step, here's 2 half steps. 2 halves is a whole. So from here to here is a whole step. From here to here is a half step. From here to here is a whole step. But notice when you get to the place where there is no black key, when you go from this white key to this white key, it is only a half step. So from a key to the very next key, no matter what it is a half step. Half, 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 half. And you'll get the picture. Up here there is another half step that is only between 2 white keys. Okay, let's build the C major scale. Okay, I'm making it go down here. The C major scale. We're going to start on a C. C is to the left of the 2 black keys. So here's your C, and in between the C and the next note is going to be a whole step, because this is our pattern. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And so you'll kind of get that rhythm into your head. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And then we'll be able to build our scale. So we start on a C, then we use a whole step, and the next note is going to be a D. Okay, to go to a whole step from a D, there's a half step, is going to be this one. We're going to go to an E. Now we have a half step that's next, and a half step is going to be to the F. Because remember, there's no black key here. So from this white key to this white key is only a half step. From this note, now we need to go a whole step. So we're going to skip this and go here. Here's a whole step. Now we have another whole step. And we go to the A. And we have another whole step. And we go to a B. And now we have a half step. So we're going to go to a C. So this is the C major scale, and it's all white keys, and that's a pretty easy one. So the C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now we're going to start a little bit on a different note so that you can really get a idea of how this works. Again, the pattern is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So you start on a note, then you go a whole step. A whole step from E flat is going to be 2 half steps. 1, 2. So the next note is going to be an F. Now we're going to go another whole step. 1, 2. So now we're going to go to a G. Now we're going to go a half step. And so a half step from this G is going to be an A flat, just up 1 key. Now we're going to go a whole step. Here's a half step, and then a whole step. So now we're going to be on B flat. Now we're going to go another whole step. So we go to the B, that's a half step, and then we go to a C, so there's a whole step. Now we go another whole step, 1 half step, 2 half steps. We go to the D, and now we're going to go to a half step. We're going to end on E flat, and we started on E flat. So you should end on exactly the same note that you started, except it's an octave higher. One more example of this is the D major scale. we start on D, then we use whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Whole, go up a whole step to an E, go up a whole step to an F sharp, go up a whole step. Oops, sorry, go to half step to a G, go up a whole step to an A, go up a whole step to a B, go up a whole step, 1, 2, to a C sharp, and then go a half step and you're back on the D where you started on this D. Okay? It is possible to build any major scale, just start on the first note and follow this formula. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Okay, hope this helps. Send me any questions you have.